Good morning, everyone, and you're listening to Red Pill 78. I am the corruption detector, and this is your Red Pill morning news brief. I think I'm going to try to keep it kind of light, maybe a little funny in the morning, and then do more serious stuff later in the day. I feel like some of this stuff is just so dark, and I don't want it to all be about that. There is a lot of good in the world still, and despite all of these horrible things, we can still have fun. So first of all, I've got a tweet from Flip It Red. This was included in yesterday's Q posts. And we have a wonderful little clip from Sara Carter on Hannity last night. Let's listen in.
William Campbell spoke to the Little Rock, Arkansas FBI field office recently, and he delivered that information. And now we know there's other whistleblowers coming forward. So something is shifting, something is happening, and Hillary Clinton and the foundation are being investigated. We'll just have to wait and see what they find.
I know everybody's frustrated because this has only been a one-sided investigation. So it's all been all things Trump. But, and I think you all will confirm with me, is that my sources tell me all of this is coming out. From the dossier, to FISA abuse, to the Uranium One deal. All agree?
Hope you're right.
I agree. Lots of sealed indictments, Sean. Lots of sealed indictments.
I have very good sources.
Boom. Lots of sealed indictments. We know about that, right? We know about the 60-something thousand sealed indictments. Waiting on pins and needles. Cannot wait to watch and see those babies unsealed. All right, and then next, we've got a clip from the Google testimony yesterday. I'd like you guys to keep an eye out right here between the heads of these two gentlemen. This is Sundai Punchar, or whatever his name was, and he is testifying. Just keep an eye out right back there. Who's that? It's the Monopoly Man. I can't believe they let this guy in. Love it. Gotta love it. All right. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of this. And then, last but not least, I've got a little story. More news from the Google sphere. From Big League Politics and Laura Loomer. Google approves app for Muslims to report people who commit blasphemy. Can you believe it? They took out the Q-drop apps, but they allowed this crap to stay in there, or to be in there. A new Android app has launched with the focus of allowing Muslims to report individuals who commit blasphemy or insult Islam. No, this is not a joke. The app Smart Pakem, which launched in Indonesia last month at the request of the Indonesian government, will allow users to report and government officials to uphold Sharia law and target and report people who hold misguided beliefs in violation of Islamic law, which forbids insults of Islam, insults against the Prophet Muhammad, or the recognition of any other religion besides Islam. Indonesia is the largest Muslim country in the world with an estimated Muslim population of 207 million. Indonesia's criminal code prohibits blasphemy, which is defined as the act or offense of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things. The code's Article 156A targets those who deliberately, in public, express feelings of hostility, hatred, or contempt against religion. The penalty for violating Article 156A of Indonesia's criminal code is a maximum of 5 years imprisonment. That is pretty steep. Rajan Anandanan, who serves as the VP of Google in Southeast Asia, has not shown any resistance to the app, which is available in the Google App Store. The National Secular Society has since written to Andanan requesting that Google not stock the app in the App Store, arguing that the app will have negative consequences for religious minorities and will further minimize freedom of expression. According to Human Rights Watch, 125 people were convicted of blasphemy in Indonesia between 2004 and 2014. 23 additional people have been convicted since 2014. Stephen Evans, who serves as the chief executive of NSS, has said Google's decision to stock the Sharia app was incongruous with Google's mission statement and runs directly contrary to the democratic ideals which Google says it stands for. Evans also said the app will normalize restrictions on freedom of expression in Indonesia and elsewhere. NSS, which works to repeal blasphemy laws around the world, strongly condemned Indonesia's blasphemy law. Indonesia's blasphemy law Indonesia's blasphemy law is a morally unjustifiable tool of repression which should be repealed as soon as possible. While this law exists, anyone who believes in free expression should make it as difficult as possible for the Indonesian government to enforce the law. Google has greatly benefited from the freedom to share information globally. We ask it and other multinational companies to consider whether they can, in good conscience, profit from the repression caused by government's crackdown on free speech. Since the app's launch in the Google App Store, it has been flooded with one-star reviews and criticisms by anti-Sharia and human rights advocates. On November 9th, 2018, investigative journalist Laura Loomer handcuffed herself to Twitter HQ in NYC after she was banned from Twitter for criticizing Sharia law. While handcuffed, Loomer argued Twitter, Facebook, Apple, Google, Instagram, they are essentially upholding Sharia. Silicon Valley is essentially upholding Sharia when they decided to ban me for posting facts about Islam, when they decide to ban me for posting facts about Sharia law and criticizing an anti-Jewish Muslim congresswoman. All right, love Laura Loomer or hate Laura Loomer, you have to agree that she's right. The way that these companies are acting, they are backing up Sharia law. Sharia law is a scary thing. You got people getting stoned in the streets. You got people getting killed. In France the other day, there was a professor who was giving a talk at a library, and he came out, and there was a former student waiting for him. The guy talked to him for a few minutes, of course, because he's a level-headed Westerner, all right? He thinks that, he's doing the right thing by supporting this guy's beliefs, talking to him, allowing him to indulge himself. And what does the guy do? Pulls out a steak knife and he stabs him in the neck and kills him. Right there in front of the museum or the library or wherever it was that he was talking. I'll see if I can't find a link for that to include in the description below. But I think that one more thing we're going to do is watch a quick video of Laura Loomer chaining herself to Twitter headquarters. All right, here we have Laura Loomer and her stunt at Twitter headquarters. It's a slick production. I love that she's wearing the Jewish star.
My name is Laura Loomer. I'm a conservative investigative journalist. It is egregious that nearly 70 years since the time of the Holocaust, these big tech social media companies like Facebook and Twitter are starting to normalize things like Jew hatred and Sharia law. Twitter, Facebook, Apple, Google, Instagram, they are essentially upholding Sharia. Silicon Valley.
All right, what do you guys think about that? Do you agree with me? Do you agree that these tech companies are upholding Sharia law? I mean, if they're allowing people to report it, I've heard of people getting suspended on Twitter, people getting banned off of platforms for speaking out against Sharia law, for speaking out against horrible practices like female genital mutilation, disgusting things. I think that we should be able to criticize these things because we live in an apparently a free and open society, but are we really that free if we can't speak our minds? I think that that's probably one of the biggest questions of our day. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you tuning in, and this has been Redpilled 78. I'm the Corruption Detector. I will see you guys tonight.